out from the Corky, Kell, Dave Hunter football brand to basketball, the start of a new tradition here in the state of Georgia.
Well, we got a couple of powerhouses to kick things off here today. It's going to be interesting to see how these basketball programs get going here in this initial classic.
The Knights, the defending champions in 6A, and the only team to beat the defending 7A champions, the Brookwood Broncos, last year.
Yeah, I'm really interested here today to watch Allie Sweet on River Ridge. You know, she's known as being one of the premier rebounders here across our state. She's going to have 1,000 rebounds on pace by January. Let's see what she can do today. And then Justice McCoy on Brookwood, real scorer, real slasher. We'll see what she can do.
Yeah, Sweet averaging close to 13 rebounds per game. And McCoy, the leading scorer for the Broncos, at 17 a game, replacing the great stars that they had from last year's team, that Diana Collins, who went on to play at Ohio State, and Weatherby, who's now playing at UAB. Before the game, our man Najee Wilkes caught up with the head coaches.
Welcome to Corky Kell basketball, presented by IBEW. I'm with the head coach from Brookwood and also River Ridge. I want to start with you. First, tell me how excited you are to be here. What are you most looking forward to in this matchup?
Just a good game, a good competition, and just playing against, our only loss last year, and trying to get back at that. But I'm just looking forward to a good game.
Certainly. And then, Coach, tell me a little bit about your group. Your group won it all last year. Really great run with Sophia Pearl. You had, I thought, one of the best starting fives in the state. So just tell me a little bit about the group this year and how you excited are playing this matchup.
We're excited for today, excited to be here, and appreciate the opportunity. I love this group. I love how they're starting to gel together. We lost a 2,000-point scorer, kind of like Brookwood did, as replacing Matea's been, I'm not going to say really a challenge. Finley Parker stepped into that spot, tremendous freshman with a lot of skill. So we're just excited to be here, excited to compete.
Yes, sir. Well, certainly it's going to be a fun game between these two programs that just won state championships. We're going to toss it back to Matt up in the booth.
All right, thank you, Najee. As we're set to tip it off here, River Ridge, the road team, wearing their navy blue, royal blue, and gold, and the Brookwood Broncos, the home team here today, in their white. And Brookwood got off to a tough start this season. They are 2-6. River Ridge is 2-1 on the season, and River Ridge will start on offense. That was Sophia Pearl on the drive and knocked out of bounds. It'll be the Knights ball underneath. Kayla Robertson will bring it in. Toss into the paint and intercepted by the Broncos. The dribble drive and the floater off the back iron. That was Zijah Knight, pardon me. And ahead it comes across half court. The drive and the basket by Robertson.
Great flow there by River Ridge.
Kayla Robertson, a 5'8" sophomore guard, averaging 14 points per game and 4+ rebounds per game. And we'll have a traveling call on Brookwood.
It looks like her pivot foot came up a little bit there, causing the travel.
Zijah Knight, a senior on this team and a lefty guard. They'll be counting on her scoring and playmaking this year, averaging just under 6 points per game. Pearl in the corner, three. Nailed it for the 5-0 lead for River Ridge.
Well, Sophia is definitely known as one of their better shooters, and she showed no lack of confidence there as she stepped up from the corner.
River Ridge has the 5-0 lead on Brookwood. And the pass is intercepted. Kayla Cleveland on the drive with the left hand and a kick out three to Pearl off the back iron. Rebound is going to be controlled by Brookwood. Yukani on the drive, lost the dribble. Corner three, Robertson off the iron. Rebound battled for and controlled by River Ridge. And the basket right there in the paint from Finley Parker. You just heard Coach Taylor reference her as the player's going to step up and get the scoring for him this year. And a great start for River Ridge as they jump out to a 7-0 lead.
I think that's a good timeout for Brookwood. Clearly, right now, they're trying to establish a little bit of rhythm on offense, and they haven't been able to do that. You know, Coach Mincy, let's just go ahead and settle them down a little bit, and that's what she's doing here with this timeout.
So great ball movement. Looked like a very well-executed team here. And they haven't played but 3 games. In fact, they have not played a game since November 21st. They've had a lot of practice time and a lot of time to build chemistry in the gym.
Well, and that's, part of the reason why they might be, a good start like they've had here today. We'll see what they can come do out of this timeout here.
2-1 overall, a 51-23 win at Hardaway on November 18th for River Ridge. A 67-57 loss against Bradley Central, which Coach Jason Taylor told us was a great learning lesson for his team as one of the strongest post-player teams in the state of Tennessee.
Well, I'm interested to see here, coming out of the timeout now, how does Brookwood adjust? What little adjustments did Coach Mincy make over there on the sideline? See if they can get right back here into this game before it gets away from them.
You just saw Allie Sweet standing there. There was some concern that she would be able to play. Take a look at Jason Taylor. What a great job. He's been the head coach since they started the program. Started the program with 9th graders back in 2009. He's taken the team to 11 state tournaments, and last year won the championship. Underneath, Goins got fouled, shot blocked from behind, no whistle.
There's Allie showing up there with her defensive presence as a force there in the middle.
She is so important to what they do with her rebounding. 12.7 boards per game, and Sweet, with those long arms, knocks the pass out of bounds.
Yeah, she is going to be a bit of a problem here for Brookwood today. They're in the paint.
So a 7-0 lead for River Ridge to start this game in the first 3 minutes of the game.
Good defense.
You'll see the shot clock above the backboard. Yukani on the dribble, gives it up. 3 on the clock, got to do something with it.
There's
Shot
Allie.
was blocked by Sweet. The step through and the layup and a foul on the play. So Finley Parker will be going to the foul line.
River Ridge is definitely playing with a bit of confidence, and you can see that when they get the ball offensively. They seem very decisive. They got some good rhythm going. Getting another shot here at the free throw line now.
Finley Parker, the freshman wing, steps up to the foul line. And she sinks her first attempt in an 8-0 lead for the Knights. Saw Courtney Mincy in her 5th season as the Broncos head coach, led them to the state championship last year, beat Norcross in the state championship game, and of course we're playing in Norcross's gym, and they'll be the 3rd game today as they take on Baldwin. Just inside the 3-point line and an air ball.
One of the things I'm noticing here early is the interior presence of River Ridge is making a big difference in this game. So if Brookwood cannot knock down the outside shot here, it's going to have a hard time for them to get back into this.
Trying to go to the low post, and the pass was knocked out of bounds. That was Kayla Cleveland, the pass intended for her. It'll be underneath inbounds for the Knights. Up top, straightaway 3. Glances off the iron, going to go out of bounds. It'll be Brookwood's ball.
Well, one thing you can tell about Sophia Pearl, she does not have any type of hesitation shooting that 3-point shot. When she gets an open look, she's taking it.
Averaging 14 points per game. Coach Taylor says it was a hard decision to play her at the point because she's such a great shooter. Goins, the freshman, rolls off the rim. Will have a foul called on Brookwood.
Again, River Ridge's size is just showing up here early. Having a really hard time from Brookwood's standpoint getting any type of interior presence. River Ridge's size really shows up in how physical they are down low.
Foul was called on Camille Powell. That'll be her first. Ball knocked away from Cleveland. Great hands there by Zycha Knight. Quick hands right there. Knight, very strong and physical player for Coach Mincy's team.
Good pass.
12 on the shot
Nice
clock, and
pass.
Cleveland buries the left-handed three, and a 12-0 lead for River Ridge.
Great pass by Sophia. That was fantastic.
Balanced scoring across the board here for this River Ridge team that knows how to spread the ball around. They've got a lot of different scoring options on this floor.
River Ridge is staying in this man-to-man defense.
The drive and the miss on the layup.
Good box out.
Quick rebound and collision and no whistle. Wright picks it up and Knight puts it in. First points as Zaja Knight scores the first points of the day for Brookwood. Inside the arc. Bounces high and rebound controlled by Cleveland. Flips it up over her shoulder. Sweet takes it back up. And then a third crack at the basket. And Finley Parker converts her fourth point of the game and a 12-point lead. Back the other way. Zaja Knight misses the layup. We'll have a kick ball on the Knights.
Here's our first sub of the game.
Kyla Canty checks in for the Knights. 14-2 lead for the Knights. They got off to a great start here in the first quarter. Brookwood's been in every one of their games. 4 of their 6 losses have basically been one possession games. As they're starting to heat up a little bit on offense, Knight gets her second bucket.
Yeah.
To the corner, Robertson hits the three-pointer. Michaela Robertson with 5 points.
Really impressed by the shooting level here of River Ridge here early on. These ladies can really shoot the basketball.
Robertson just picked up her first collegiate offer from Columbus State. Goins the miss. Offensive rebound, Brookwood. Powell will pull it out. They'll reset the offense. Walters gives it up. Long three-point attempt, air ball, and Sweet an easy rebound.
Matt, there just doesn't seem to be any type of confidence from anybody else other than Zaja Knight on Brookwood. They all look like there's a little bit of hesitation.
Gonna have to tie up, and the possession arrow points in Brookwood's favor. So Brookwood gets it on the arrow. Looking to get something going. I think you're exactly right, Chris. To this point, only Zaja Knight has shown an ability to score the ball. Courtney Mincy got a brand new team after losing Diana Collins, signed a scholarship All-State player who's now at Ohio State, and Jade Weathersby, who's now at UAB, replacing a lot from that championship team of a year ago, but really likes the buy-in of her young team, the freshmen and sophomores, and feel like they're really hungry and it's going to be a bright future for them.
Yeah, she felt like she really likes a lot of these young ladies that she has in her program. It's just they might have to take a few lumps this year, but she felt really good about the future of where they're headed, and clearly she can develop talent there at Brookwood. So it'll be interesting to see how they evolve over the next few years.
Meantime, the Knights look like a team in mid-season form.
Yeah, they certainly do. These ladies, their offensive rhythm, very smooth. They can shoot the basketball. They look like a really well-coached team early on. I've been really impressed.
Pearl steps inside the arc, misses the jumper. Cleveland gets the rebound, turnaround, missed the bank shot.
Well, even with Allie Sweet out of the game here currently, there's still a heavy presence on the inside.
Zaja Knight on the drive, and
they're going to call foul. Reach-in foul, looks like, on Brookwood.
So the foul's going to be called on Jaleesa April. And that'll be the third team foul on Brookwood in the quarter. 13-point lead for River Ridge. They have jumped out to a great start here in our opening game of 4 in the Corky Kell Dave Hunter Basketball Classic. The step through and missed the layup. Got her own miss as Parker stays with it and gets it out. They reset the offense. The drive by Robertson up and in.
I'll tell you, she is an impressive young lady as well. I've noticed her a few times here early on. She seems like she's got an aggressive nature when she gets the ball in her hands.
She has scored 7 of their 19 points. Under a minute to play in the opening quarter. A miss by Knight. Run out opportunity for River Ridge. Got her man in the air and missed the bank shot. Whitney Coleman in the game. 32 seconds to play in the quarter. Difference of 3 seconds in the game clock and the shot clock.
Good defense.
Ball poked away. Still plenty of time in the possession, but stolen by the Knights. Running the break. And an easy layup there for Robertson, who's nearly in double figures already in this game.
So smooth, so fluid. Just like the rest of the offense. She's very dynamic.
Robertson with 9 of their 21 points as the quarter comes to an end, and it's been all River Ridge so far here this morning. 21-4 lead for the Knights as we played the first 8 minutes here in the Corky Kell Dave Hunter Basketball Classic. Second quarter coming up when we get back.
Hey, is the power off on this?
I don't know. Just take it off.
Safety violation, unsafe work conditions.
In the construction trades unions, safety is our highest priority, and we train you to recognize and speak out on unsafe working conditions so that everyone arrives and goes home safely. Learn about careers in construction at GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com.
Beginning the morning you opened your eyes, we spent every waking moment preparing you for the day you'd leave our nest. Whether it's driving to practice or helping with homework, it's all prepared you for, what am I going to be when I grow up? Will you be ready?
After much thought, I've made my decision to take my talents to the IBEW Local 613.
The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers is not simply a job, it's a career. Visit IBEW613.org to begin a new future today.
Welcome to today's segment of Talking Trades. I'm Ashley Rose, joined by Steve Langley with the sheet metal workers. Now, Steve, talk a little bit about the apprenticeship program, the benefits that these kids get.
So with apprenticeship, you work all day, you go to school once a week, and you get paid during the day, and then it doesn't cost you anything to go to the school. So you're never going to accumulate any debt. It's free for you to go. If you go to a trade school or a college, then you're going to accumulate debt. You're going to have to pay that off one of these days. It's just a great career choice to go through a union apprenticeship. And
start of the second quarter here, the GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com Corky Kell Dave Hunter Basketball Classic as we start the second quarter. Matt Stewart, Chris Millman, thanks for joining us on Peachtree Sports Network. And River Ridge off to a tremendous start here through 8 minutes of play.
They have been very smooth offensively. They've been a big presence on the boards. If I'm Coach Mincy at Brookwood, I used that quarter break to let's just start over. The score 0-0. Let's just try to get some fluid back into our offense and make some stops defensively.
Low post, they go to Cleveland. She misses up close. Rebound controlled by Phelan. And Brookwood will bring it up. Long lead pass. Great defensive help there by Pearl to get back and deny the fast break.
Brookwood made a few subs on their team here, so see if we can find a few spark plugs here to get them back into the game.
Justice McCoy, their leading scorer in the game.
Yeah, we have not seen her much here flash in the first quarter. Let's see if she is a little bit more aggressive here in the second quarter.
What limited offensive production they had came from Zasia Knight. There's McCoy, a scoop shot up and in.
There you go.
So some instant offense from Justice McCoy.
Well, I think that's exactly what Coach Mincy was looking for is, hey, you're our leading scorer, Justice. Let's see what you can do as far as taking over this game a bit. And that's what she did here on this drive. A little up and under with the foul. 3-point play.
We'll have a substitution after the made basket. But McCoy comes right in and gives them some offense, and now Knight checks back into the game. So maybe they've got a couple of scorers on the floor, and they can get back in this game. It's 21-7. Spin move, Pearl gives it up to Sweet, shot an air ball, and Brookwood has it. McCoy will race it up the floor. McCoy going to take it all the way, coast to coast, and gets the layup. Well, they were missing that in the first quarter.
Yes, they were.
5 quick points for McCoy here in the quarter. Long three by Pearl off the back iron. Phelan goes and gets the rebound.
Brookwood's doing exactly what they need to do here. Limit them to one shot.
Knight missed the layup. Goins got the offensive rebound and the putback. Got fouled on the play.
That's the first time I've seen Courtney really show up so far here in this game as far as her physicality is concerned. And she's got the ability to do that. You know, she has the ability to be really a good post player. But she really showed up there.
Has great size, a 6'2" freshman center for Coach Courtney Mincy's team. She's got a bright future, just a 9th grader.
Well, I think she's one of the ones that Coach Mincy's really excited about. She just wants to see her develop here over the course of the next couple of years. She gets to be an upperclassman. She could be a real presence there in Gwinnett County.
So Brookwood has scored the first 6 points of the quarter. Spin move inside. They control the board. So Brookwood trying to claw back in this game. Down 21-10. Long pass to Goins. Great feed by Knight. Goins is going to the foul line.
Great feed by Knight. And again, love seeing Courtney being a little bit more aggressive here. And definitely in the first quarter there, there's a little bit of hesitation. They couldn't get really much presence established inside. And now back-to-back possessions where she's showing up down low.
Now 1 for 3 at the foul line as Camille Powell checks into the game, the junior guard for the Lady Broncos. And Sam Waters comes out. Sam Walters, Maya Walters, they call her Sam, and Goins gets the free throw make. She's 2 for 4 at the line.
Well, they've cut the lead to 10, so there's...
They did it a lot faster than I thought they might be able to. The insertion of McCoy into the lineup has made a heck of a difference. She's out in front. They don't hit her on the break. And Walters, or make that Knight, missed the layup and got her own miss. Thought she might have traveled there. Might have been some contact, though, from River Ridge on the shot.
With the right hand. There you go, Courtney again.
Goins misses the putback. Long outlet here for the Knights, and great play by Powell to get back on defense and break up the fast break.
Yeah, well done. I'll tell you one thing, if I'm Coach Taylor over here in River Ridge, I might be considering a timeout right now just to settle us down a little bit. Clearly, it's starting the second quarter. Brookwood's coming out with a little bit of fire.
Off the inbounds, 3-point miss by Canty, but then the putback. Robertson just continues to light it up. She's got 11 of River Ridge's 23. 12-point lead for the Knights. McCoy off the iron. Rebound controlled by Powell. Phelan takes the three. Missed it off the front. Here come the Knights. They like to get out and run and score in transition. 3-point miss.
Good box out
by Parker. Long lead for McCoy. She can run it down and get the layup.
Great pass. Nice job. There's the timeout they needed.
And a timeout call by Jason Taylor as McCoy has really sparked the comeback here for Brookwood. She's scored 7 in the quarter. After not even playing in the first, I don't think, or playing very little in the first.
Well, I'll tell you, Brookwood looks like a whole new team here in the second quarter. Coach Mincy must have gave one heck of a speech there in between the first and second quarter because they look like a whole different team, offensively and defensively. They're limiting River Ridge to pretty much one shot each possession. And then offensively, there is such more of an aggressive nature by everyone. Yeah. I mean, from the point guard to the Courtney Goins down there in the middle. I mean, I almost didn't even notice her in the first quarter. This quarter now, it's like a whole different presence down low.
Well, when you have a young team like Brookwood is compared to last year's state championship team, you can see the growth pretty quickly. And I think we're seeing that happen from one quarter to the next in this game alone.
Yeah, and you know, Coach Mincy did talk about this week about how excited she was about this team. She said, hey, we're young. We're going to be rebuilding a bit here this year, but I really like the ingredients that we have. And you could see this, you know, right before our eyes here in the first half of this game. First quarter, young team, very, you know, looked like they came out with a little bit less energy than they needed to. Didn't have much flow offensively, defensively. But, boy, in this second quarter, they're giving River Ridge all they can handle.
And the speed of Justice McCoy has also been a big factor right there. Number one, you see her on the floor. She's faster than everybody else, and she's been able to show that on the break. Inside the arc, the jumper, way off the mark. Offensive rebound for the Knights. They didn't get the putback. So Brookwood can cut it under 10 with this possession, although they lose the ball, jump ball. Possession arrow still pointing in favor of Brookwood.
Just looked like that the two there on Brookwood just weren't in sync on that pass, which caused the jump ball.
They've outscored the Knights 9-2 in the quarter. Knight gets it. Goes to Phelan in the corner. Phelan had the ball knocked away. It went off her. So it'll be the Knights' ball. Sophia Pearl will bring it across. Running their offense. Kick to the corner. And a three-point attempt by Canty is no good. And Knight brings it up.
Let's see if she goes right to the basket. Nope, she's going to bring it back out. Nope, now she's going.
Knight on the drive, puts it up and in.
It's a great take. When Brookwood has been aggressive, they've typically had a positive result here in the first half.
They've cut the lead below 10. They've got it down to 8 now when they were down 17 at the end of the quarter. McCoy goes and gets the rebound. Had it stolen away by Pearl in the backcourt, though, and then Pearl threw it away. Trying to make something happen there. And McCoy going to kick to the side and a wing three. Powell knocks it down, and it's 23-18.
Well, Camille's known for her rebounding and defensive abilities, but boy, she stepped back and nailed that three.
Yeah, they left her open on the wing, and she made them pay for it. There's the drive, and the ball gets knocked loose. McCoy, long baseball pass. Knight on the drive with the left hand, got challenged there. Good defense by Parker. Back the other way. Nice move by Robertson. Didn't get the layup to fall, though. She had a nice fake on a pass and then took it to the hole. She's been a fun player to watch so far today with 11 of their 23.
Nice. And she just steps back, drains the open three. There she goes. Beautiful. We got a 5-point game.
I love the decision-making right there by McCoy. Good to great. Had a good shot, passed it up to a great shot. Got the three-point shot from her teammate Powell. April going to back it out. A lot of potential in April, the freshman guard. Like we said, when we talk about these players, McCoy's a sophomore. April's a freshman. Goins is a freshman.
Another good steal.
Intercepting the pass, Sophia Pearl. Nice dish underneath, and the layup by Cleveland.
I feel like if I'm River Ridge, I really needed that basket. They seem to need a little bit of a spark plug right now because they haven't had too many successful possessions here lately, but hopefully that will settle them down a little bit on the offensive side of the ball.
Pearl goes for the steal again. April going to pull up and take the jumper, and now Pearl releases on the break. 2 men to beat, goes right by them and gets the layup and one.
What a great take by Sophia.
Yeah, if you're Brookwood, you better have your head on a swivel with Sophia Pearl out there because she's going to sneak up on you, take the ball away, or she's going to release on the break, get the layup, and have an and one.
Well, Sophia's shown the ability to shoot the basketball here today, but she's also shown up on the defensive side of the ball as well. Playing very physical, had a few steals, and has actually helped kind of calm down Brookwood's offensive output here that they've had here in the second quarter.
She scored 6. They throw it away. That's an unforced error there by Brookwood. And the drive and the layup miss by Canty. Rushed her shot a little bit. Felt the defensive pressure from behind.
Now, if I'm Brookwood here, let's go back to what's been working for you here in the first half or the second quarter. Being aggressive.
Entry pass is stolen by Cleveland. Cleveland with the baseball pass to Robertson and a foul on the floor, not on the shot. That'll be the second team foul on Brookwood in the quarter.
They're going to go ahead and give Sophia a blow here with about a minute left to go in the first half.
Sophia Pearl, the junior guard for River Ridge, has 6 of their points. Been a big defensive presence for Coach Jason Taylor's team today. And he's really proud of the leadership role that she has stepped up and taken for this program.
Well, you know, I think you got about a minute left here right now. You've had a couple of decent possessions for River Ridge here in these last 2 possessions they've had. I think if I'm Coach Taylor here, I'm trying to, you know, end this first half here on a good note with a little positive momentum, because most of the second quarter has been controlled by Brookwood.
What a program Jason Taylor and his staff have built there at the Woodstock School. They went 27-5 a year ago, winning the 6A state championship. They've had 5 region championships in just 15 years of program history. Playing in a deep region. And the layup by Cleveland. She has 7.
Yeah, and Kayla shows like she's got a little ability to get to the basket here a few times here today.
I think that's what's evident here as we watch this Knights team play. They got a lot of players that can score the ball in many different ways. Cleveland grabs the deflection out of the air. Long lead pass goes to Coleman, and McCoy got back to knock it away.
Well, the adjustments that Coach Taylor's made for River Ridge here in the last probably 3 to 4 possessions defensively has clearly kind of stirred Brookwood's flow up. And right now, River Ridge is taking control back of this game.
Yeah, because River Ridge had seen their lead go from 17 at the end of the first quarter down to 5, but they've regrouped a little bit since that timeout. The missed three-pointer by Canty. Here comes McCoy back the other way. McCoy gets fouled on the shot. And that's going to be there almost every drive for McCoy. She is so fast. If she drives, if she doesn't get the layup, she's going to get fouled, and she's going to go to the line. She's going to have a lot of free throw attempts this season.
And if I'm Coach Mincy, that's exactly what I want to see there. See my leading scorer being aggressive, going to the basket, you know, and like you said, just go ahead and go to the free throw line and get fouled.
So McCoy's got to make that pay off, though, because as I just mentioned, she's going to get a lot of free throw attempts this season. Just a 64% free throw shooter, which is not bad for a high school player, but it could be better. She needs to be shooting in the 70s.
Yeah. So there's about 29 seconds left here now. Let's see what River Ridge's strategy here is after the free throw attempt.
So 26 seconds to play in the quarter. Looks like final possession here. The shot clock is off. Instead, Pearl goes right on through. Rebound is grabbed by Sweet. Cleveland, top of the circle, hits a big three-pointer.
Kayla, again, we just mentioned her a couple possessions ago. She's got an all-around game to her.
Knight drops it back. They go to Powell for a 3 at the horn. And that will be the end of the first half. But what a big three-pointer by Cleveland. That kind of breaks up the momentum that Brookwood had established. And they have 2 double-digit scores as we head to halftime. River Ridge on top, 33-18, here in the Corky Kell Dave Hunter Basketball Classic.
One, 2, 3, 4.
halftime show brought to you by Atlanta Building Trades Council.
Atlanta Building Trades Council? Okay. How many? Mic check. Building Trades Council. All right, welcome to the halftime show brought to you by the Atlanta Building Trades Council. Right now, I'm joined by Walt Peterson. We got some familiar faces here. First ever Corky Kell Dave Hunter Basketball Classic, but let's first talk about GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com. Walk us through what you guys are all about, what you guys been going on this year.
Georgia Construction Careers consists of 15,000 to 18,000 skilled and semi-skilled workers, tuition-free, earn while you learn apprenticeship programs. That's 19 different local unions and around 300 plus subcontractors that we bring our skills to the table for, I should say.
And then, Walt, we finished up the football season last night, basketball now. I know you guys stay busy year-round too. And then you've incorporated sports into the commercial, the one with the referee. So talk about just how GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com is paired up and just brought a light to it through sports.
Well, I want to say, first of all, it's an honor to be breaking into this basketball, and I think it's a great opportunity as we continue to get our name out there. Georgia Construction Careers being a subsidiary of Atlanta North Georgia Building Trades Council, letting folks know that they do have choices in their careers. Earn while they learn apprenticeship programs, tuition free.
That's right. And how many, I know you had some numbers earlier, but how many individuals are you guys working with through the unions?
The union trades of Atlanta North Georgia Building Trades, which consists of 15,000 to 18,000 men and women, from first-year apprentice all the way to journey level. We go on to become foremen, general foremen, contractors as well. The sky's the limit for the most part on where someone can take their career as a union worker in the building and construction trades.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Walt. You guys can check it out at GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com, see what they're getting done all throughout the state. And I appreciate it, Walt. We'll be back for more halftime coverage.
Hey, does it matter if this leaks?
It don't matter to me. Can't see it from my house.
Illegal use of hands, improper training.
GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com has 14 different highly skilled trades with tuition-free training in our certified apprenticeship programs to train you the right way. Find your career at GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com.
Beginning the morning you opened your eyes, we spent every waking moment preparing you for the day you'd leave our nest. Whether it's driving to practice or helping with homework, it's all prepared you for, what am I going to be when I grow up? Will you be ready?
After much thought, I made my decision to take my talents to the IBEW Local 613.
The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers is not simply a job, it's a career. Visit IBEW613.org to begin a new future today.
A journeyman with Local 85, when you turn out, you can be hitting six figures.
Hey, I have your back, you have my back, we're going to do this together. We're one for all for one.
College just wasn't for me. Let's look into actual career jobs that wouldn't take college, where I wouldn't, lose money and all that. Instead of losing a lot more money at the end, why not make money and make more money at the end?
Welcome back to the Corky Kell Dave Hunter Basketball Classic. I'm with head coach of Lanier, Brandon Mayweather, and also with assistant coach Tim Kemp. Kemp, I want to start with you. I want to talk a little bit about the win last night. You guys played Mill Creek, so just tell me a little about that. Defense was playing really, really good, 16 for 46. Talk a little bit about that game.
Yeah, we really played well in the second half on defense. Came back strong in the fourth quarter. We were down going in the fourth quarter, and our defense got us back in the game and was able to put us over the top and help us win.
Now, I know you guys made it to Sweet 16 the year prior, and then last year you guys made it to the first round. I know you're very senior late in this year. Talk a little bit about that group and what that group has meant to the team this year.
Yeah, we've really loved that group the entire time they've been with us, coming up from freshmen. We have Will Moore as a senior. He's one of our leading scorers. Sam Maynard, probably our leading scorer right now, won the MVP of our Thanksgiving tournament that we participated in. And we're just getting back Chase Damrell, who's another senior that was very big contributor for us last year, and just getting back healthy. Got him back last night, and he was a big help last night as well. So we're looking forward to having him back.
Yes, sir. We're certainly looking forward to seeing him. And Coach Mayweather, I want to start with you. Tell me just a little bit about your team this year. I know you got some good guards, Tahai Morgan, but tell us a little about us that don't know about your group.
Okay, yeah, we have a good group of returners. Started with Tahai Morgan and followed up with Cameron Thornton, who've just been seniors for us the last 4 years in our program. But we have newcomers that are kind of new to playing time, like Amari Morgan, Tahai's brother, who has really shined in a 6'6" frame this first season that he's really played big minutes for us.
And then talk about the win last night, or the win a couple days ago against Morgan County. You know, what kind of win in that game? You guys scored a lot, 69-plus points. Talk about that game a little bit for me.
Yeah, it was one of those games where it finally felt like we played a four-quarter ball game, playing good defense to match up with good offense, and guys just getting comfortable. You know, it's still early in the season, so everybody's trying to figure out their role, and I felt like that was the first step we truly took towards being the team we want to be.
And then talk a little bit about Tahai Morgan. I know in transition he's very dynamic, get to the cup, very aggressive. Just talk about what stands out about his game, his ability to get to the rim and get to the paint easily.
Yeah, he's a special player. He works so hard in the weight room, on the floor, on his game. And so when he gets in the open floor, he really puts everything on display. And being a guy who's been a 4-year player for us, a 4-year starter, you can kind of see the fruits of his labor with all the work he's put in.
And being a 4-year player, do you kind of lean on him a little bit for leadership and getting your guys going? And if you're kind of in the rut, just to kind of get you guys out of it?
Absolutely. He's got the biggest voice in the locker room. He is an extension of the coaching staff on the floor, and he is the guy that we won't mind following any day of the week.
Now, I want to talk back to you, Coach. You're an assistant coach, so tell us, we talked a little bit off there. You're talking about just defensively what you're responsible for. Talk a little bit about that.
We're just trying to find those things that we can do, that I can do to help Coach Hurt. He runs the offense. He does run the defense. But I can find those little gaps that we're missing, things that our guys aren't doing. Let them know about it. Get the guys in. They're going to get the job done.
That's it. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and toss it back to break. This is the coach's interview presented by IBEW. Thank you.
Matt's got nothing.
All right, guys. Well, we're back here. Started the third quarter. River Ridge with the 15-point lead here to start the second half. One of the things I think we all saw here in that second quarter was, you know, Brookwood's got some inexperience, but they got some talent. And so when they were a little bit more on the aggressive side of things, that really changed the game. Now, River Ridge did settle back in here as the second quarter came to a close to get the 15-point lead back. But it'll be interesting to see here coming out of halftime what they can do. And a big basket for River Ridge to start the third quarter. Exactly what they needed to do. And a bad pass to kind of get going. Here goes River Ridge on the transition.
Throws it away, and Brookwood is able to come up with the ball in the paint. Underneath, McCoy going to bank it in.
There you go. When McCoy is aggressive, good things happen for Brookwood.
9 points for McCoy. She scored 9 of their 20. She's been a big difference in the ball game and Brookwood's ability to get back in this. Ball chased down in the corner by Walters. And Brookwood will bring it across. Inside, they try to go to Goen. She ends up on the deck. And that's going to be a turnover on the Broncos.
Yeah, just out of her reach there. So a turnover, and we'll see River Ridge now with the ball. Now, one of the things that really impressed me in that first half was the ability of Sophia Pearl with her shooting ability and aggressiveness on both the offensive and defensive side of the ball.
They take it inside for Cleveland, who puts it up and in. Cleveland now with 12 in the game, and she's their leading scorer.
Well, she's another one that really flashed in the first half. She's got a nice soft touch around the rim, and it showed up there.
McCoy takes a long three. Goins tries to get the rebound, but it's taken away by Sweet.
Well, and that's where her strengths are, is on the rebounding side of the ball.
Ball goes back to Sweet. Going to whip it out to the wing, and a missed three-point attempt by Canty. Pardon me, that was Parker who missed the three-point attempt. Wright with the step through, left it short. Ball knocked out of bounds, and last touch by the Broncos.
Really good defense here by Sophia, just holding her ground defensively. Here's the replay. You can see she just kind of stays in there, puts her hands up, and sure enough, the ball now goes over to River Ridge.
17-point lead again for the Knights. Pearl on the drive, and an offensive foul is called on Sophia Pearl.
That's an interesting call there.
Unless she led with the arm here, we'll see it on the replay. Yeah, maybe pushed off with the forearm.
Good call by the official. Sure did. From our angle up here, we couldn't really see that left forearm, but clearly she did push off a little bit.
So Brookwood at one point down 17 at the end of the first quarter, cut it to 5 in that second, but the Knights have been able to rebuild the lead.
Well, what River Ridge did so well in that first half is that they forced Brookwood to shoot from the perimeter and then would just hold them to one shot.
And a foul is going to be called on Goins.
Yeah, it looks like it. Looks like she might have just pushed her just a little bit. Here's
yeah, Robertson trying to get to it. Wow, that's a tough foul
That is the tough call.
Because it looked like Goins was just standing her position and Robertson fell out of bounds. So a tough foul call on Goins. Great ball movement. They go to Sweet underneath. She doesn't play. It's really odd. She doesn't play a big role in the scoring of the ball, just the rebounding of the ball. That's her first 2 points of the game.
My recollection, I think that's the first time I've really seen her make an offensive type move down there by the rim.
Yeah, usually her job is just go get the ball. See ball, go get it, right?
Yeah, she excels in that department, so you can't take that away from her. But good to see her kind of throw her offensive abilities there around.
Averaging 2.3 points, but 12.7 rebounds per game, and then got a real big block right there. Robertson on the break got clobbered by Knight.
A little bit of a hard foul, but you know what? That's probably a pretty good foul for Brookwood. Could have just given up an easy 2 points there, and clearly was not going to let her get the shot off here on this shot. A little physical, but
no doubt. Don't want to give up easy layups. And certainly you don't want to foul and let him still get the shot off to get a potential three-point play. So Robertson converts on the first. She's got 12. That was the second foul, by the way, on Knight. She goes to the bench.
Robertson's been able to score quite a bit here in the first half, and you can tell she's got a nice stroke to her shooting the basketball.
She's also an elite defender. When they beat Brookwood last year, she was the one who guarded Diana Collins. The runner by McCoy, and one. How about that?
Once again, Justice is aggressive, and good things happen. And I'm telling you, if I'm Coach Mincy, I am using today as a great example to coach, to continue to coach Justice throughout the season, because over and over and over again today, when she has taken the basketball and tried to go to the hole, she's made good things happen. She's either making it or she's getting fouled.
Misses the free throw, so no three-point play, but she has 11 of their 22. Canty takes a three, in and out. Phelan gets the rebound.
There you go. Now, if you're Brookwood, let's see if you can build on that now.
You know, and Chris, that was the other aspect of their ability to come back in that second quarter, is they started to control the rebound.
They did. They were living in River Ridge to that one shot, and then they were coming down and doing this, but unfortunately that basket didn't go in.
Pearl on the break. Nice defensive play from behind to prevent the layup. That was Walters who got back.
There you go.
McCoy on the dribble, working against Canty, going to try to take her off the dribble, now gives it up. McCoy backing in. Goins gets the offensive rebound, and the put back and miss by Powell up close. Long lead pass goes to Pearl, who leaks out and gets the layup. Seems like every one of her baskets has been exactly like that.
Yeah, just about all morning long.
Phelan, baseline jumper, and rolls off the rim. Phelan has signed on to play for Georgia State in beach volleyball.
Yeah, Coach Mincy was saying she's looking forward to going down to downtown Atlanta to watch a little beach volleyball next year.
Finley Parker goes to the bench. She has scored 6 this morning. And timeout has been called.
Full timeout is called for the Broncos.
The Broncos use that timeout, so that's going to leave them with 2 remaining in the game.
I actually think that's a great timeout by Coach Mincy. I mean, right now you're down 21. I mean, you gotta kind of reset the offensive unit here. They've gotten a little bit out of their flow the last few possessions. So let's just calm everybody down. Let's get let's build this brick by brick here the next few possessions. Limit River Ridge to one shot on the defensive side of the ball. And let's see if you can scratch and claw your way back into this game here in the back half of the third quarter.
You know, I think what we've seen from Brookwood is they have flashes of being able to do some things offensively and defensively, but they're so young they can't maintain it consistently.
It spurts.
Yeah.
It's like, and that's what we've seen. You know, the first quarter and the second quarter was definitely like almost 2 completely different teams.
2 different teams.
Third quarter is we're kind of been a little up and down, but to your point, we just can't really establish any type of consistency, and that's the product of a young basketball team.
Yep, got to maintain that intensity, that focus, that concentration. You know, contrast that with this River Ridge team that, you know, they look like a seasoned group.
They do, and they have some real physical potties down there in the post area that's limiting Brookwood to a lot of one-shot possessions. And, you know, Brookwood's got to make sure that their possessions are fruitful on the offensive side of the ball.
Goins had her shot blocked. Canty turns that into a layup.
Nice transition basketball there for River Ridge.
23-point lead. Broncos have only had one game like that this season. That was against Norcross in a rematch of the state championship game. They got beat 63-30. All their other losses, and there's been 6 of them, have basically been kind of 1 possession or 2 possession losses. Long pass to Pearl, and Brookwood got back on defense as Powell ends up with it in a trap and has trouble getting out of it, and it's going to be Brookwood's ball.
Got some substitutions coming in now.
Yep. Zasia Knight checks back in. She has 6. Powell goes to the bench. And Knight's going to bring it up and walk it across. Did not run the point for them last year, so she's got some new responsibilities this year. Foul's going to be called on River Ridge.
Just being a little bit over aggressive there. A little bit of a reach in foul there on that. Which is fine. Listen, one of the things you can see that River Ridge has done defensively is when they're aggressive defensively, it throws Brookwood a little bit off of their rhythm and flow offensively as they try to get into their offensive sets.
Canty was called for the foul. That's her third personal, so she goes to the bench. 3-point miss by April. Got her own miss and then missed the layup. Tough luck for her. Phelan gets the offensive rebound. Had the shot blocked underneath. And we'll have a jump ball and the possession arrow in favor of the Broncos.
That was an interesting call there. I thought that might have been a little bit of a premature jump ball call, but, well, no. Okay. Fair enough. Good. I stand corrected.
So they've made sure that Pearl is on McCoy all the time now. Try to slow down that offensive weapon for the Broncos. McCoy has scored 50% of their points. Knight the miss, and April tried to save it, ends up on the deck.
Wow.
We got 4-on-4 right now, and stolen by Knight.
Knight is usually aggressive. Oh, nice pass over to Justice. Oh.
McCoy gets knocked down, no foul called. Head, run and break. Robertson stops and lets the defender fly by her and put it in for a 15th point.
Great play. I continually have been impressed by Michaela here today.
15 points for her as the ball goes to McCoy. Tries to force her way through the defense. And she's going to get 2 foul shots here. Foul's going to be called on Whitney Coleman. That's going to be her third. And Justice McCoy steps up to the line. 25-point deficit for the Broncos here with 1:18 to play in the third quarter.
Brookwood's, I don't have the stats in front of me for the free throw percentage, but I feel like it hasn't been too successful today from the free throw line.
Yeah, and McCoy in particular, for the scorer that she is, she's going to have to do a better job as she develops as a basketball player. Just a sophomore and their leading scorer, but she's got to take advantage of those free opportunities. It'll help her team. It'll help her scoring average.
Oh, 100%. 100%. And she's a better basketball player when she's aggressive, so she's gonna draw a lot of fouls and get opportunities at the free throw line as their game continues to develop.
Ball ends up in the corner. April goes and chases it down, but then Pearl is there to pick it up. Less than a minute to play in the quarter.
Sophia loves that open three.
And nails it. And now she's in double figures. That gives 3 double-figure scores for River Ridge.
One of the things I really like about Sophia's game is that she shows no hesitation. When she has an open look, she's taking it.
No doubt, plays with a lot of confidence on the offense and the defensive end. McCoy again going to go to the line.
In the act of shooting, says number 1.
There you go.
I mean, Pearl's got 11 right now. If she'd hit the free throws that she probably should have, she'd be up around 16 or 17 points right now. But very aggressive. I love her aggressiveness with the ball. She attacks the basket, hits the free throw right there, and now she has 12. So a 27-point lead, shot clock off. Ridge could play for the final possession here if they want to. Cleveland goes right to the bucket and missed the layup. And a traveling call as Brookwood ties up their own players there. April and Powell were fighting for the basketball.
They didn't realize they've been so used to having River Ridge's post players all up in their face all game today, and they didn't realize that they were both on the same team there and had their hands on the ball.
Off the inbounds, Pearl misses the three-point attempt. Gets it back with 6 seconds with 5 at the elbow, the jumper. And that is going to end the quarter. Big third quarter, Chris, for River Ridge as they pull away, and they'll take a 27-point advantage to the fourth.
Man, you know how to do this? Man, I don't even know. I was flipping burgers last week.
Violation, unsportsmanlike conduct, impersonating a craftsman.
Skilled trade unions are well-trained career pros, not part-timers. Construction is a rewarding and lucrative career with advancement potential, but you have to do it the right way with the right training. Learn how you can be a pro. Find your career at GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com.
Beginning the morning you opened your eyes, we spent every waking moment preparing you for the day you'd leave our nest. Whether it's driving to practice or helping with homework, it's all prepared you for, what am I going to be when I grow up? Will you be ready?
After much thought, I made my decision to take my talents to the IBEW Local 613.
The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers is not simply a job, it's a career. Visit IBEW613.org to begin a new future today.
A journeyman with Local 85, when you turn out, you can be hitting six figures.
Hey, I have your back, you have my back, we're going to do this together. We're one for all for one.
College just wasn't for me. Let's look into actual career jobs that wouldn't take college, where I wouldn't, lose money and all that. Instead of losing a lot more money at the end, why not make money and make more money at the end?
Start of the fourth quarter here at Norcross. Game 1 of 4 in the GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com Corky, Kell, Dave Hunter Classic. Basketball Classic, mind you, the first ever in this basketball event after over 30 years of success in football. Branching out, branding into basketball now. And starting with 4 games today, Chris, with 8 of the top teams from the state of Georgia.
Well, this has been a lot of fun to start off our Saturday morning with 2 premier programs from this area, kicking off the Corky, Kell, Dave Hunter Classic here. Been a lot of fun here today.
But it's been all River Ridge so far as Pearl misses the three-pointer. Cleveland gets the rebound. Ball goes inside for Sweet, and she gets fouled, and she'll go to the foul line.
Yeah, she's got some offensive ability down there. When she's gotten the ball around the basket, she's shown the ability to be able to make some moves to make a play on the basket and put some points in. And there's her being a little bit aggressive, getting a shot at the free throw line.
Not that we've seen it today, but her coach, Jason Taylor, says she can stand flat-footed and jump up and grab the rim. She's a volleyball player committed to play for UNC Greensboro next year.
Well, you can tell the multi-sport athlete stuff has really helped her, and she's definitely an athlete, and you can see how athletic she is here today, in particular on down there in the post. I mean, she's just very fluid and very comfortable.
Phelan takes the three-pointer and banks it in.
I don't think she meant to do that because she held her hands up after it got done, but she says, I'll take it.
Back the other way in the basket for River Ridge. Finley Parker hits the 3. She now has 9.
Finley almost came down with the intention that she was going to match that last three-pointer.
Ball goes to Knight. Zaja Knight in the paint. She's in trouble. Got to get rid of it. Phelan going to try another 3. Rebound by April. And the Knights have it. Cleveland steps into a 3 and hits it.
She's got a good stroke, too. She's got some really offensive abilities we've seen a few times today, and she can score inside, she can score outside. She's shown the ability to really be able to put the ball in the hole.
Cleveland and Robertson, their leading scorers with 15. Been a tough day for Coach Mincy's team. Down 31 here, 6 minutes to play.
Well, the one thing I will, the wheels are starting to come off a little bit here for Brookwood, but I will tell you, if I'm Coach Mincy, this has not been a colossal failure today. You've shown spurts throughout today that you have some talent here on your squad that just needs to develop. And you really feel here within the next, couple of years, they could be right back to where they were a year ago.
Knight with the offensive rebound and put back. Zaja Knight now with 8 points.
And let's not take anything away from River Ridge, okay? River Ridge, they have, 5, 6, 7 players that can really play. And I'm not talking just offensively. I'm talking all the way around on the defensive side, rebound side, etc.
McCoy is able to run it down after kicking it forward, and she gets fouled on the play. She's going to go to the line.
I was a little surprised that wasn't a kickball.
Yeah, I mean,
that was pretty.
It was great
clear
on the soccer pitch. Yeah, I agree. I mean, she nudged it forward with her foot unintentionally, and now she'll be at the line for 2.
Well, good for her to continue to play until the whistle. I mean, listen, just keep going. And with her, you can tell that her strength in her game is just continuing to be aggressive. You know, if I'm Coach Mincy, I'm telling her over and over and over again, just have a little bit of intuition, be aggressive, go to the hole. You know, let her energy come out, because that's where she excels in. No, she made both free throws that time.
So McCoy now with 14 points in the game. To the wing, and Canty hits the three-pointer.
That's one of the things I've noticed with Coach Taylor's team here is, you know, they are not shy about taking those outside shots. And Coach Taylor has a lot of ladies on his team that have the ability to just, you know, just grip it up and throw it. Throw it up there, you know.
McCoy, the jumper, glances off the hands of Brookwood. It'll be River Ridge's ball. Well, Coach Taylor says, look, we're just about a 38% field goal shooting team, not a great percentage. So a big part of our game is Sweet going and getting the misses.
Yeah, and they're going to throw it up. They're going to shoot the basketball, and they're going to try to get some second chance points by, you know, Sweet on the, you know, on the inside. And, you know, you can tell that's going to be how they're going to play the rest of this year.
But they've shot the ball well today, especially on the three-point line, especially here in the second half, as they have bolted out now to a 31-point lead.
I'm looking at the ladies on the floor right now. There's another 3.
Wow. Robertson now has 18.
I'm looking at the ladies that are on the floor for River Ridge right now, and I think all but Allie has attempted a three-pointer in this game. So, you know, 1 through 4, hey, if you get it and you're open, you're shooting it.
They have 3 players in double figures. Robertson has 18. Cleveland has 15. Pearl has 11. Shot is blocked by Sweet.
Foul ball on the play. Foul ball number 23 with a push. Ball remains with the Broncos. They'll inbound from the inline.
There's Allie showing up there on the replay.
Final 4 minutes of this first game. We've got West Forsyth and Lanier boys coming up next. Goins on the turnaround. Just has to work on her shot, but I mean, as a freshman who's 6'2", she's going to get plenty of touches and plenty of opportunities in the future as Canty knocks down another 3. And they're just lighting it up right now. She now has 8. It's a 36-point lead.
Going back to that last possession for Brookwood, I did like to see Courtney, you know, showing up down low there in the post and making a move to the basket. And we haven't seen a lot of that today from her. So I'd like her, if I'm Coach Mincy, I'd like to see her do that more, you know, as she continues to try to develop her game.
Zasia Knight now in double figures. So you've got McCoy 14 and Knight with 10. That's 24 of their 33 coming from those 2 players. Spin move, Robertson, nicely done. Doesn't convert on the back end, however, and we'll have a foul called on Brookwood.
Well, Michaela Robertson on River Ridge, number 14, she's just been somebody I've enjoyed watching today. I've really liked the way that she plays basketball. She's very smooth, very aggressive on the defensive end. I know Coach Taylor considers her one of his elite defenders on the defensive side of the ball, but I'll tell you, offensively, she is just so fun to watch. She's a great shooter. You know, really have enjoyed watching her play today.
Pearl goes to the bench. She has 11. And now with that free throw make, Finley Parker becomes the 4th River Ridge player in double figures. She has 10.
Second attempt is good.
Just a very impressive showing by the defending 6A champions, who, by the way, ranked number 1 in the current 6A top 10.
You can definitely see why here. Getting a first-hand look at them here today, you can see why they're one of the premier programs here in that 6A classification.
Yeah, they're going to be hard to beat. They'll open Region 6 6A play on Tuesday night against rival Sequoia.
Well, that's always going to be a game you're going to want to get up for. You know, when you start playing that first game, good to have in a performance like this, so you got some good confidence going into that game. But that will definitely be a good matchup against Sequoia.
Have not lost to a team in the state of Georgia this year. They'll improve to 3-1 here today, with victories over Hardaway, North Paulding, and now Brookwood. Their only loss coming to Bradley Central in the holiday tournament. Bradley Central, powerhouse program out of Tennessee, lost by 10 to those girls.
From what I understand, they have quite the talent pool up there at that particular school in Tennessee.
McCoy on the drive and gets the layup. So she's got 16, right at a per-game average. Brookwood's just going to have to get, more offensive contributions like that going forward with this young team. And they open up region play on Thursday night this coming week against their rival, the Parkview Panthers.
Well, it almost doesn't get any bigger for Brookwood than playing Parkview in any sport.
In any sport, you're right. That's the game you circled on the calendar. So foul called on the Knights. That's going to be the third team foul on the Knights.
Well, Coach Taylor's gone deep into his bench now, so he's given some of these other ladies some opportunity to get some experience here in the Corky Kell Dave Hunter Classic, which you appreciate.
Get some TV time. McCoy on the drive, lost it, and picked up by the Knights. That's Eris Mixon. Canty's still in the game, going to pull up inside the three-point line and graze off the front iron. McCoy, layup, up and in. 18 for McCoy.
Well, McCoy, you can definitely say, has carried the load offensively today for Brookwood. You can tell, though, she seems to be a little tired here as we get into the last minute of the game, but she's been the spark plug.
No doubt, 18 of their 37. And this young team full of freshmen and sophomores, McCoy being a sophomore, they're just going to have to grow into it here. And, of course, Coach Mincy has proven that she can win at this program, won the state championship last year, beating the host team here today, Norcross. And we'll see the Norcross girls play Baldwin in our third game today. Going girls, boys, and then the final game of the day, what a matchup that'll be as the Norcross boys take on the Douglas Astros.
That will be a good one here today. Here in Norcross's home court, but that should be a good one to top off the day here.
6 on the shot clock. The drive and the layup. Nicely done by Gittow. Pendo Gittow with the bucket. Gets in the scoring book. 70-37. Final 10 seconds. Powell down to 3, gonna drive and put it in. Powell finishes the game with 5, and that will be the end of it. River Ridge, a dominating 70-39 victory as the Knights improve to 3-1 on the season, and the Broncos fall to 2-7.
Well, I'll tell you, if you're Brookwood, you take today's opportunity as a good learning opportunity. And I think if I'm Coach Mincy, I'm not discouraged. I know I have a young basketball team that's going to need to continue to develop a little bit. And listen, this River Ridge team, you're going to see them a lot more this winter in some premier girls basketball games in the area.
Knights win big. We'll step aside and continue from Norcross in just a moment.
I'm going to ask Coach Taylor a question, then we'll hand it to Naj, and we'll talk about your performance. Testing, 1, 2, testing. Yep.
Well, at least you got the face for it. Like I said, I got a face for radio.
The GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com Corky, Kell, Dave Hunter Basketball Classic is sponsored by the Try for the GHSA state title, Electric Georgia High School Football every Friday night. The Georgia Elite Classic, Georgia's largest all-star games. National Signing Day Frenzy, a celebration of Georgia high school football seniors. And by Score Atlanta, your source for Georgia high school sports.
All right, welcome back to the GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com Corky, Kell, Dave Hunter Basketball Classic. I'm here with River Ridge head coach Jason Taylor. Coach, you guys hit the 70-point mark. You guys came out in the second half with great defense. What did you see from their effort today?
Defense was where I was most pleased today. I thought we had a great defensive effort. That's really good guards and good penetration. I thought Mac did a great job of being able to slow down their number 11 there. So just really happy with the way they played. We made some shots on the offensive end and were able to get out in transition. So I think we were pretty good in most facets of our game today. So I was really happy with everything.
Absolutely. And Michaela last year was a freshman, but you said she guarded the best player on the opposing team each week, but you wanted to see her have a little more offense in her game today. What did you see from her today, just getting it done both sides?
I thought she drove the ball great to the goal, got where she wanted to go. She's really hard to stop. And today she hit the three-point shot, which is something she's been working on, is that consistency. And she knocked that down with some consistency today, so she played really well. Like, defensively, again, she took on their best player and held a really good player to pretty low numbers. So.
And I knew you guys would show up. 11 a.m. doesn't matter. You guys eat, live, and breathe basketball. But with that, we're going to hand it to Najee Wilkins and our MVP.
Yes, guys, on behalf of GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com, I'm happy to present the MVP award to Michaela Robertson. You're welcome. One quick question as well. I just want to ask, your ability to stretch the floor and be able to shoot the three and drop to the cup. Just talk about how you were working on your game in the offseason, kind of be able to just take that next step. And how fun was it playing on TV?
Off season, I really worked hard on just making sure I can be a factor on the team other than defense. Last year, I was just trying to find my role in this team, and now I feel like I can really put my game into this game and work hard.
And last question, talk about taking that challenge defensively, guarding some of the best guards whenever you play out on the floor.
My quickness. Last year I had to play the best guard on the team, and so I really try to bring that in from last year into this year to really step up, play defensively, but also offensively.
100%. Well, congratulations, Michaela. We got more action after the break. We're going to toss it there. We'll see you in a little bit.
To today's segment of Talking Trades, I'm Ashley Rose, joined by Steve Langley with the Sheet Metal Workers. Now, Steve, talk a little bit about the apprenticeship